the Hungarians occupied us. And then it wasn't as good because they were very rough with the Jewish people. And the Gentile people loved it because the Hungarians were anti-Semitic, so were the Gentile people. And 1944, the Germans occupied us. When the Germans came, they said that all the Jewish people would get together within 10 days. It took us all together and to a different town to walk us, all the Jewish people from the neighborhood, in like a ghetto. And we were there less than 3 weeks.
Did you know the Germans were coming?
No, we didn't know. We only heard about it, that the Germans are coming. So till they didn't arrive, we didn't exactly knew when or what. So they took us together and we kept it there, I think, for 10 days, 10, 12 days. And after that, they took us again over the mountains to the train. They told us that they take us to a different station, to a different town or city for working people. When we got to the train, it wasn't regular trains, it was cattle trains. And they put us in exactly like the cattle at the train. It was like packed like sardines, not like cattle, exactly packed like sardines. And we were going that way, a lot of people had died in the way.
How old were you when this happened?
How old I was 18, 17, 18. And we arrived 3 days or 4 days later to Birkenau. And they told us everybody to get up. We got up, it was all Nazis, and there was a beautiful band playing when we arrived there. So they were all hollering to get up, to go left and right, and there was the doctors, and they pointed who should go where. My parents, my kid brother, went to the left, and we were screaming, we want to go with them. So the Nazis hit us and said, no, you're not going, you'll see them tomorrow. We're going to the right. My sister and myself. So we went to the right. And the following day, we did discover that we're not going to see no more our parents or my brother because they went straight to crematorium. And my sister and myself got showers. First, they cut us out, shaved our head, and then we got showers. I didn't recognize my sister out here, and she didn't recognize me. We called every child, every woman didn't recognize each other. So we called our names, and then we knew who we are. So, matter of fact, I'm jumping too far, too ahead. So I didn't say much about Europe. We had a nice, comfortable life. My parents, my kid brother, my older brother was in Budapest. And
How many brothers and sisters did you have?
we were home only two sisters and two brothers. And then two sisters I had in Belgium. Three sisters I had in Belgium. No, two sisters in Belgium, one sister in Palestine. That time was Palestine. And we were four home. Then my other brother was in Budapest, and one brother and my other sister were home. We were three. So then when we arrived to Birkenau, we know it was Birkenau, and the morning,
Is that in Poland or Germany?
public,
Where is Birkenau?
Birkenau in Poland. The German occupied that, like near Auschwitz, part of Auschwitz. And then we walked to Auschwitz, and we got rooms like the army barracks. And we got, everybody was assigned for working, and we discovered what happened during the night and the following day. And every day, all day long, transports arrived from Hungary, from all over Europe. But part it wasn't taken together. And we were working, building streets, carrying after the machines cut the hay. We picked up by hand whatever left, and we were farming. We were working for farmers, what they grew, corn, potatoes, cucumbers, tomatoes, everything what they were growing. We planted and we picked it. And we were beaten. Sometimes when we worked in the farms, we tried to steal some vegetables. And if you were caught, you got a beating that you'd never touch again. Anyway, even after the beating, you still did it. Because if you're hungry, you do it. You only got in the morning a cup hot water and a slice of bread. The water is supposed to be coffee or tea, whatever they call it, or vegetables. And lunch, you got the same thing, soup with vegetable soup. There was only one piece of vegetable in the soup. Most of them was hot water. And the same was at night. A slice of bread with hot stuff, coffee diluted, or soup, or tea, whatever it was, hot. And we were working for close to a year. But then 11 months we were there in Auschwitz. Every single day. They knew already what was going on the second day. That people were going to the crematorium, and then they took right from the train girls for the start to send to the front of the soldiers, and they would take them for experiments. If there was twins, or while you had twins, for torture actually. And till the Russian advanced, they advanced so to the end of the war. So the Nazis tried to take apart the crematoriums. And after tried to take apart, they told everybody that we moving from there. So we walked for 3 weeks. We were walking in the wind, cold, to Bergen-Belsen. That was also part Germany or Poland. I really don't even know where it is. And we were there. At the time, I was very sick and with my sister. We had typhus. And then, excuse me, Am I going too slow? No, you want it longer? So then after we were liberated by the Englanders, so when we were liberated, actually in the street, we were all in the street. Sick, so they took my sister and myself to the hospital in Bergen-Belsen. And we were there for, I don't know, maybe a week. Then my sister was Swiss. They called a sister there, it was a nurse. Came around to everybody and asked us where we would like to go. We would like to go home to Europe. So I said, no, we don't want to we don't want to go home because we know there is nothing home. What happened? Nothing. Nobody would go home because we made up with my older brother that after the war we all gonna meet home. That we didn't know what happened to him, and we know if he is alive, he's gonna find us. That we didn't want to go home. So she said, "So where would you like to go? Do you want to go to Palestine?" So I said to her, "No, we would like to go to America because I have their uncles in America." So she said, "Do you know where?" I said, "In Brooklyn. That's what we remember, and that's the name, in Brooklyn. But we don't know where." So she wrote to America's joint account. They call the Hayas, that there is two girls who would like to come to the States, and they have uncles in Brooklyn, and that's their name. Well, we thought Brooklyn is like your hometown. So then the Hayas did call up, they did find out with the name. There were a lot of Sobels, so they called a couple of Sobels up and they said they have a letter from Germany, from Bergen-Belsen, from the hospital. There is two girls, that's their name, and they said they have uncles in Brooklyn, and that's, do you know if this is your nieces? So my uncle Ben, she rest in peace, said, I had a sister in Europe. I don't know, only I'll call you back, I'll call my niece here in the States. So he called my sister Anne and told Anne that's the situation. You go down to the Hayats and get a letter and we'll see what we could do. So she came to the Hayats and she said, yes, that's my two sisters. So she called my uncle. She said, yes, that's my two sisters. Only let's make out papers. And we did make out papers. For the After that, we were still in the hospital. The nurse came in. You want to go to Sweden? The Swedish government is going to take out 10,000 sick people. You want to go there? I said, yes, we would like to go there. So they said, do you have any relatives left? I said, yes, we had a brother and a father. That was my nephew, was alive I know about, and a cousin. He came also to visit us in the hospital. So they said, so I said, I would like you to come with us to Sweden. So my cousin came to visit us in the hospital and we told him, Shlomo, change your name. You're our father and he's our brother, my nephew, and we'll all go to Sweden. And from there, we always could go to America because he had brothers in America. So we arrived to Sweden, and I think it must have been June. I don't remember exactly. We arrived at Sweden, And there we did find some girls from our hometown. She said, I know, I have already got in touch with my uncle. I said, yes, how did you get in touch with him? She said, well, I wrote him and he got to the highest he got us. So we got the address and we wrote him that to get in touch with my sister and to tell her we are in Sweden, where we are. So after that, we got we gave them the address where we are. So we got papers to the state. When we got the papers was before Rosh Hashanah. We got papers, and then we left for the holidays to Guttersburg in Sweden, and we told them that we would like to go to the States. So they took us to the council there, and we showed them the paper. He said, well, you have a very rich uncle. Will he send you passage? I said, yes, no problem. But the first boat goes to the States, you go there. So we said, when will you go? He said, well, probably in March 46. I said, that long? He said, well, you waited so long, you could wait another few months. So after the holidays, we came home, back to Sweden where we were, and we waited. We got in touch with my sister got in touch with us, and they sent us right away passport, not passport, a ticket for the States. So after we called the council, what's going on? He said, well, our boat is leaving November. Said, we don't know how big and how many people. First, the American citizens leave because a lot of people was left in Sweden during the war. They couldn't go home. First, and if there is any room, you'll be the first ones to go. I said, we have already the tickets to go. Only we don't have any clothes. We only have, for there it wasn't cold. So he said, we can get you clothes. You don't have to worry about it. And we get clothes. Then we got a call that the boat is leaving November the 18th. So we said goodbye to everybody. We got ready. We came to the States. Took us 10 days. We arrived exactly November 28th, 1945. So we cabled that we left with the boat Stavanger port. Never forget it. And my sister and cousins, they were all on the boat, waiting for us. We didn't get up the boat till in the evening. We arrived early, about 5 in the morning, and we were up all night to watch the sun go up and see the States because we arrived at night. So then the Hayas came aboard and wanted to know if anybody's waiting for us. We said, yes, my sister is there and cousins. So if you know where we're going. And I said, yes, we know we're going to the Bronx. And the name is Marshall Parkway. One looks at the other. Marshall Parkway, we never heard of that. I said, yes, that's. So he said, Mark, drive it down. So I wrote down 3145 Marshall Parkway. He said, that's not Marshall Parkway, that's Marshall Parkway. I said, you needed Marshall Parkway, and I'm going to need Marshall Parkway. So he said, okay, I'll go down, I'm going to find out where your relatives sit, and we'll tell them you're here. So when we came down, we had, my sister and myself wore the same coat, the same clothes. So everybody said, twins, twins, twins. We didn't know what it was. We said yes. Then when we met, when we went home to my sister, I said, what is twins? He said, the twins is twins is swilling. I said, oh, I didn't know. I told him we are. So my cousin said in the evening, do you know what this is? I said, it's lights. When he left, we didn't have lights in the outside. It was all, or we didn't have plumbing in indoors. It was all, everything was outdoor, or electricity we didn't have. So for everything I said, no, no, you tell, explain me what everything is. And he was the seventh heaven to explain me what everything is. And we arrived, we were very happy. We met our sisters here. I had two sisters, but one sister came smaller than in 42 or something. I think 40, 42 came from Belgium. So we were in my sister, and then a cousin had a factory, and he said the following 46 in January after New Year's, he said, I'll take you down to the factory and show you what's all about. Because we never know what a factory is. So we went down and he showed what it is, and you should be the Ford lady. I said to my sister, if I'll be the Ford lady, he's crazy. I'm not going to be the Ford lady. I'm not going to walk around. I'm going to boss around people. I don't speak the language, and they all speak English. So that they all treat me very nicely. And then he left to Florida. And another cousin was working the neckwear. He says to me, you want a good job, an easy job, and make money? I said, that's for me. I don't want to work. I said, it's not relative. He said, no, it's not. I don't want to work for any relatives. So he said, you come down with me, meet me there and there, and we'll go up to the union, neckwear union. We went down to the neckwear union, and I meet the president from there because it was a novelty to say we were the first refugees in 46, 1945 here. That was in 46, 1946 when we went to the neckwear union. And he said, what do you think you want to do? I said, how do you make the neckwear? I don't know what I want to do. So my cousin says, he looked at me, I had nice big nails. He said to me, she'll be good in the pockets, in the neckwear pockets, to turn them over from the left to the right. I said, Philip, if you say so, it's fine. So he gives me a slip where to go the next day. And he calls up the place that I'm sending one of the girls, a refugee, and I want she should be treated properly. So I go in there and I was speaking English. Well, yes and no, I know. And I know that it's twins what it means. So I introduced myself. I gave them the slip from the union. And they take me over and they introduce me there to the girls. They give me a place to sit down and I watch and they didn't talk to me and they didn't show me anything. The next day, meanwhile, I went home and I saw what they had. I went to my brother, he was a carpenter. Not a, he was making furniture maker. And I explained to him what I want. So he made me a steak, very pointed. And I took the following 2 days later. I just took the back to the to the place. And then the president and the vice president from the union come up to the office to find out how I'm doing. So he says to me in Hungarian, that time I spoke a little bit Hungarian. How did the treat me? I said, they treat me very nice. Nobody's talking to me, nobody shows me anything. He said, what? I said, yes. Whatever I do, I'm just picking up on myself. And I'm very slow because I'm watching and they always show pointing their backs. He said to me to get up. And he said, takes his jacket off. He said, so Aaron, no, you show. He said, you don't have to show anything. So he turns around and he shows me and took it. I said, no, take this stick. He looks at it, he said, who did that for you? I said, my brother did it. He said, well, you do very well with that. He shows me, and I said, thank you, and he got up, and let me see how you do. So I did. He said, you do very well. After a while, I'll send you in a good place. This is a very cheap place. Once I see you're doing good, you go to an expensive place. There you're going to get triple the salary while you get here. I said, that's what I like. And we were very happy. The family learning. I went to school. That I didn't go to school too long because the school I went to in the evening, there were a lot of people, elderly people, who didn't have any schooling at all. I finished high school. So we were only sitting there, my sister and myself. We didn't learn anything. The biggest thing was, should have tried to go during the daytime. Dad didn't because I needed the money. And in the evening, there was no other schools. Wherever we went was the same thing. So I stopped going. I said to my sister, they learn the ABC, but I know already. Whatever they learn, I know. I'm sitting there like a dummy. I don't do anything, and I'm not learning anything. So I just learned about the English without going to school. Rather, grammar, just picked it up and talking because everybody said, don't speak any language, only English. You're going to be better. So I spoke only English and Jewish. Then I started spoke the Romanian and Hungarian. I didn't speak at all. I forgot it. If somebody would talk to me, I don't remember a word. Not the, now I'm sorry I don't speak the language because everybody speaks it. Only then I was too hurt the way they were treating us, so I didn't care. And after that, we had a good time. We went, my brother survived, and he heard that we were alive. We were in Sweden from other people. After that, he went to France and he came to the States, to Menachem, and he stayed here. He came as a visitor for 3 months. The, if he arranged and he stayed with the States. So we had a brother and we went to dances and we had a good time. Then at a wedding, I met my husband. I met a fellow. Matter of fact, he made a date and I stood him up. I didn't get it. So he was after me until I fell in love with him and we got married. And 1949 got married. And after a couple of years, I had your mother. And after that, I had Uncle Alan. And after that, I had Uncle Michael. And now I have three beautiful children and 9 grandchildren and one grandchild, one grandchild. Huh?
Great grandchild.
And that's the story.
Can you tell us about the number on your arm?
Yes, I guess I forgot to tell you. When we arrived to Auschwitz, and they right away they selected us, left and right, left and right. They put numbers on. That was the name, and they took it alphabetically. They called you alphabetically when you name. So my sister went first because I know if case I go and I have the number on and she's not passing, then we'll be separated. They also know if she gets the number, I'm gonna get the number. So she went and she passed, she got the number, then I got the number. Her number was A7565, and mine is A7566. The people who got the numbers were also commanded that they knew we're going to work, and the other girls who didn't get it were sent to sit, to locker C. That meant after a while, or they're gonna go to a transport a different camp, or they're gonna select them to crematorium. That day when we got this number, we didn't know. We also discovered that later on what happened to people. And the ones with the number were alive till you were able to work. Once you weren't able to work, you sent you straight to the crematorium.
Now, where you were living before, um, what sources of information told you about the war?
Well, you mean when we were home?
Yeah.
One boy escaped when he was going when, from the transport. He was a fellow from Czechoslovakia, and he ended up by us behind them. So he told us what's going on. That was unbelievable. He himself didn't know exactly. He said there is a lot of camps and there is a lot of crematorium, and they do dig graves and they put them in, they throw them in 100, 200, 300 people, and then they throw in lime, um, not kerosene, it's lime, white something on the people, and they burn them and they cover them up alive. That actually we didn't believe it that people would do those things till we got there, and we saw it with our own eyes. That we believe.
Did all your sisters and brothers survive?
My sister and myself survived. My kid brother and my older sister, and who was married and had small children, and my parents did not survive. My uncles and aunts and cousins who did not survive.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.